if that's cool. I can't believe this fell together so well. Thank you guys all so much. Mike, you're on my right, so start with you and we'll go around.
I'm Mike Breen. I was a guitar player in Rockets to Mars, and I'm currently unemployed and just hanging out.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Shawn, tell the listeners at home who you are and what you do as much as you want to.
Hey, yeah, I was in the Stapletons for a long time with these guys, with Sam and Jason, sang and played a little bit of guitar. And now me and Sam do the Redemption Brothers together. That's our current project, and I'm working on some more solo material too. So that's about it right now.
It's not bad at all. Jason, tell the people what you do.
My name is Jason Gay. I'm Jason Gay, guitarist, multi-instrumentalist extraordinaire. I played in the Stapletons, Redbeard's Revenge, Lynn's Lounge. I'm an educator, and yeah, just hanging out, you know.
Thanks for coming here. Sam?
I'm Samuel Wolfeck, formerly Lance Stapleton of the glorious Stapletons.
Yeah,
and their
Jody and
brotherhood.
Nuki deferred.
And like Shawn said, we're still playing together with Redemption Brothers. And yeah, that's about it. You know, kids at home, you know, a different lifestyle for sure than it was back in the drink off days.
Oh, and how different it's going to seem when it's all over. Mr. Hopper, sir.
Hey, Jay Hopper. Played in Rockets to Mars. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Co-founded Popopolis.
Yeah.
In the context of this thing here. Music.
Yeah.
Music.
A great band and a great music festival. I'll just throw that in there.
There you go. The Popopolis was pretty fucking cool. Like a week and a half ago, I was talking to my friend Amy Hamilton, some of you know, and she said something that made me think to do this. And a week and a half ago, actually just exactly a week ago, was the 18-year anniversary of the first and last annual Last Band Standing event at what was the Overflow, which I didn't remember until I found the name of the place. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Technically not an annual, it only happens once. It would be an inaugural.
That's fair, but it's printed annual, first annual on the thing. I'm reading what's on there, man.
We had about 3 or 4 different rehearsal spaces over the years, and that poster was I think it was on the refrigerator of every.
Oh, that traveled.
I have a copy of it still, I think, somewhere.
I knew I had a copy. I knew I had
It's
a copy
classic.
and surprised I could find one. I found it. I'm sure I wouldn't be able to find it for this. But I want to,
fully art directed by Haggerty.
just the concept of the intravenous Jack bottle.
I was only the model. I remember you showed up at the practice space with like a IV.
That thing was functional. I know you use that all the time. Don't even act like you did.
I wonder what happened to that thing. I think I had to buy that from like a medical supply place. But I digress, and we're getting ahead of ourselves. I want to, in the kind of self-deceiving thought process that people are going to be watching this that don't know the story, remind me how this started. There's my own personal mythology, the whole thing. I believe it was a radio interview.
I honestly don't remember. I remember performing at it, and that's about it. I don't remember any context, though, at all.
Well, if I remember right, like most of the things that I got us mixed up into, I was running my mouth about how no band can drink with the Stapletons. And I believe you, Mr. Scott, heard me say that and offered me a friendly challenge. I feel like you were kind of in the instigation mode of that. I feel like it was a Southgate House ballroom situation. And you said, you're on.
The thing is I had to hear secondhand that had been claimed. And it was told to me that the Stapletons have said they can drink any band in town under the table. And I think it was Mike or Jay that actually heard the interview. And even though I don't recall it necessarily that way, I perfectly am willing to believe that I was the one that said, come on, motherfucker, let's see how we do it. One thing I do remember, I tell people often, is that Jay, a few months before this was supposed to take place, told me he was going to not drink the whole time until the event. And I said, no, man, you got to drink alcoholically. You have to train for something like this. Yeah. So I don't know. That's the thing is I don't remember much about it either. I do remember that we had to play Oktoberfest that day, and we did a quick one.
We did?
So,
I don't remember that.
Rockets did. We played Oktoberfest that day.
Yeah, you guys did. I remember.
Oh.
We played a 3-hour set in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was drinking Guinness then.
Oh my God.
And we did a quick one by the Who, and Bevo Rouge of all people sat in a folding chair like 20 feet in front of us, exulting the whole time we were playing it. It was one of my favorite memories playing live.
I saw you guys do a quick one a few times.
Didn't we try? Did we try and do it at this?
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I think we did it at the Southgate House together at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Which might have started the whole conversation. Maybe that was the conversation Scott that night.
All right. So who?
I know what our last song was though for sure, because I was the one who suggested it. We ended up playing "Sweet Jane" by the Velvet Underground, and that's when it went off the rails. Which yeah, I mean, essentially is like the wagon wheel of alternative music. Like you go into Sweet Jane, like it's what three chords or something. But yeah, that was it. That's the last song.
It was free. I think I played one chord the whole time, maybe.
Yeah.
I have no recollection whatsoever of obviously the conclusion of that evening. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Well, pretty sure. Like I think I fell down. Shawn fell down. It was literally like a knockout blow.
I think.
Yeah.
Shawn didn't. There was tale of you vomiting at some point during the evening.
On stage.
Was it on? I don't think it was on stage, but I do remember that you were denying the fact.
I think, yeah, there might have been a trip because that was at the overflow, right? And you had to go upstairs.
Yes, those really long, stupid, narrow stairs. That if you fell down them, you probably were definitely going to die.
Yeah, which wasn't good.
Okay.
I
must be mixing bars. I'm thinking Mr. Pitiful's for some reason. I don't know why.
Same street.
Yeah, the same. Aren't they the same setup kind of thing, like both shotgun style bars?
Yeah. Mr. Pitiful's is like one side is like the overflow was, where there's like a stretch of stage, and then the other side was pool tables and shit. I know because I was there a lot because I lived right there for a long time.
Nice.
Yeah. So
1207.
Say it again.
Pretty sure it was 1207.
Yeah, but I think it was 1207, but it was called the overflow apparently when we did
I don't remember any stairs.
Then you never went to the bathroom, which I find very hard to believe.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I remember this now.
Okay.
They all run together.
Does it say on the photo? Does it say on the promo poster where the show was?
Yeah. It was 1207 because it's the overflow and the address is 1207 Main Street.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like this because that's the thing is the picture was my idea, but Jay, this whole poster is yours. And my favorite touch is at the bottom where it's the phone number of the place and it says call for the latest line.
Oh, that's where you had to go to get everything. I wish I would have gotten that number back then.
so apparently
I went 2 streets over and I didn't know it was down at the 12.
Right. Apparently we were encouraging wagering. So as I remember, and like I said, big to say the least, we all paired up. Everybody picked a partner and a drink. Obviously, Sam, you and I went B-52s. Oh, no.
Might as well have been.
It might as well have been. It's all that Bailey's we were drinking. Jesus
Oh, my
Christ.
God. Yeah.
Irish car
That's
bombs.
horrible.
Yeah, that was probably the worst selection of drink. I think Jay and Shawn were doing the Jack and Cokes.
Was that right?
Mike and I did beer. I think we did Budweiser, didn't we?
Beer, that seems right.
Yeah.
Beer,
It was
Jägermeister.
like Budweiser.
Did you guys throw Jaegers in there in top 2?
We're like the Motley Crue diet,
Yeah.
Now, if you guys were really just drinking Budweiser, did someone insist that you add the Jägermeister in to make it fair?
Sounds like something I would say, but
it may be one of you guys. I have no idea, honestly.
I don't either. I don't have any idea at all. And as mentioned earlier, we had judges. We had Randy Cheek and Chuck Cleaver from the Ass Ponies, who had, if I recall, checklists of offenses that points were taken off for.
Yeah, by round even. We did like 3 or 4 songs and we'd switch off, and then we did like 5 or 6 rounds or something like that. Does that sound right?
I have no idea how far.
Some quantity was done.
Yeah, I have no idea. But that's what we did. We set up a back line and traded off like 3 or 4 song sets.
So we would each do a set, and then we would each hit the bar. Well, we hit the bar between every set.
Yep.
Drink between every.
Yep.
alternating
You bought
set.
You bought your opponent also a set of drinks, didn't you? Then every time you drink
Right. Every time you got around, you got your counterpart of beer, right?
Yep. Yeah, so
Crazy.
we were able to drink during as well.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Christina were talking about it, and she said that I've always claimed that we got somewhere in the 20s with the car bombs before I lose all track of memory. So, so I have no idea.
I would say that's the most card bombs I've ever drank in one sitting for sure, without any doubt.
Yeah, me too. Without a doubt.
That hurts even thinking about that. I mean, it really does. It hurts my liver even thinking about a car bomb right now.
I had to get up the next morning and go to a staff meeting at Nicholson's where I worked at the time. And I literally sat in the corner, still drunk as a fucking monkey and visibly green. And they let me leave after a couple hours, which was nice of them.
Wow.
I wondered if we get to the point where nobody remembered enough to be able to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, what were the rules as far as like someone would be disqualified if they like fell or puked? Was that?
Yeah.
That's in. Yep.
Yep, that was one of them. And that was the thing. I think that where the debate over whether or not Shawn actually threw up came up.
Right, yeah, that's true,
someone claimed he vomited at like the halfway point.
Yeah, okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Which would have been construed as cheating. We would have had to have, Jay would have had to go make himself throw up to make it fair.
Right, to even it up. Right.
Right.
I think I ended up falling too. I always said it, and if anybody was going to lose it, it was going to be me. I mean, I think I made a prediction in our van on the way down that I was going to.
We both did. You crashed right into the drum set, and I fell back over the bass amp. I couldn't get up. I was laying on my back.
What's most impressive is he didn't miss a beat. Like, he just played straight through. I mean, we did shows like that too, where I know I fell over multiple times and just you play through it.
Yeah,
like, it didn't even happen. Like,
get up when the song's over.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right in time, right in beat,
If you can, one of the Aspones, I can't remember if it was Randy or Chuck, claimed that the whole thing was called, because again, I don't remember the end of it at all, but apparently the whole thing was called when Sam, you felt your bass was placed on you because you apparently were just standing there unsure of what you were doing on the stage.
Yes.
And you went down, and that was claimed that you didn't get back up again that night.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh.
If anyone would have fell, it was me.
All these years it was Sam.
Right. That was the only thing that was told to me definitively. The bass player
what you don't
went down
know is
and didn't get up.
Green Patch
Just mercy, the Jody Stapleton story.
That's what happened.
Oh shit!
I think I do recall, Scott, that I think I broke 2 amps that night.
No shit.
Jason, I know I broke the
jack. You did. You blew a fuse in one, I remember. Yeah.
Blew a fuse in one. I think I broke the input jack in your amp from like trying to plug it in.
Yeah, I think you did. I think it's still broken.
I think it was a trip to Mike's music.
We don't fix our gear. That's the key. You play. You just your player's gear. You roll with it.
Well,
yeah, don't fix it.
And you don't take away the memory.
Exactly.
Do you see this blood stain right here? That was that one night when.
Exactly.
Without a doubt. Jay, you're oddly reserved, my friend. Long day.
I'm good.
Someone wake Jay up.
I'm oddly reserved, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think our set, we also did the put the easiest songs towards the end.
Tried, yeah.
When we arranged our sets, like the Sweet Jane thing. I'm sure we knocked out some covers that we probably rarely did that were super easy. I don't think we went all the way to Louie Louie, but we played
take it as
A couple of years back, I stumbled upon the final Southgate Rocket show, and like one of the last songs is Radiation Vibe, and it's terrible.
Is that the one where you are?
I think it's me. I'm like a full beat behind the whole song the whole time.
But you're right on beat, just one
just
behind
nobody else. Yeah. No. What was that?
That was my kids taking baths and showers.
Oh, cool. Okay.
They're probably downstairs running around naked, I would guess.
Yeah, that's good. How old are your kids, Tim?
They're 18 and 22. I'm joking. They're 5 and 7.
I've got 17 and 12, and I was perfectly willing to accept yours being those ages and going through all that shit. So there you go.
It's a battle to get them in. It's a battle to get them out. It's a battle to get their clothes on. It's never-ending cycle.
Yeah.
Without a fucking doubt. So what's your school situation like? You've got 5 and
They're
7.
back
You
all
got
the way.
Kindergarten and second grade.
Kindergarten and second grade. Yep, they're going 5 days now. So far so good at school. They started like a half and half with the older kids, but the young ones were going every day, K through 2. So it was really nice. I got friends, I mean, Sean's dealing with it right now where it's at home learning, for the whole shebang. It sounds like just
Me too.
Not fun to me at all. And I love my kids, but I don't want to be their teacher,
Right. Well, I haven't been able to help my son with math since 7th grade.
I have to look it up on YouTube to figure out how to do half this stuff. It's like
I can't even do that.
I don't remember how to do these graphs and this,
right.
Number line. What's a number line?
Hey, they do that. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. I don't know, man. I mean, me and my wife are both lucky enough to be able to work from home, so it's just kind of we're all here.
That's great.
Yeah, it's terrific, except we want to kill each other all the time, but we're very fortunate.
So the important question is, when's the rematch? Only this time we're drinking hot tea.
I wonder we get to that, because that's the thing is
Can we do chamomile tea?
Yeah.
Can we do like a chamomile tea, like some sort of
caffeine free?
No, the only way to make
free.
No, here's the thing, and I knew if we got off on a kids tangent, I mean, when we did this drink off, Jay's kids were already in college and shit. But what we should do is the next thing we should do is like a laxative. If you're gonna make the risk level the same as drinking to excess, it's just my suggestion.
Raw foods and laxatives, right?
Right.
Raw veggies and laxatives. Sounds like some sort of restaurant in Portland.
I mean, we could do the drink off again, but my guess is we wouldn't last more than an hour and a half or so before somebody decided it was time for bed.
I wonder if we could legally. I wonder if we could get away with it legally.
Get away with
it was legal the first time around, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if that would fly these days.
We knew there'd be a lot of liability for the bar now. I think. I think we knew the overflow. Brad was the booking guy.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, do it."
Shit, I forgot all about that. See, these are the little details that I don't remember. Is how the whole thing even got put together. So, I was kind of reliving. Who was Brad? Brad who?
I forget his last name, but he
Brad
was
the guy there.
I think.
Brad
the guy at the Brad Overflow.
It's like Bono. It's like Brad.
He always bartended there too. Is that right? He was always there.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he manage or own?
I think he owned. I lived down there still.
I think he did too.
That was my bar. That was where I drank every night, pretty much.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He was always there. So yeah, I think he owned, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Wouldn't you dip in there sometimes when we had shows across the street too?
Oh, probably, yeah. Play the trivia game. We would spend hours playing that trivia game.
Oh, was it one of those like TV games, or was it one of those like bar top things? Oh yeah. Yeah. Spending years playing the monkey barrel thing.
Find it where they match the pictures.
The match the picture thing. Yeah.
Isn't it rumored that Lemmy wasn't he addicted to a game like that out at the what was the name of that club in LA? But they said he would go in and sit down at the bar.
The Rainbow.
Yeah.
Room.
He'd play that machine constantly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He'd just be there just like hanging out. Like
that was in the documentary. That was all over that documentary about that, yeah.
There's a documentary about Lemmy's addiction to a video game?
No, just his kind of at-home life when he was living in LA there towards the end,
right.
20 years or so, I guess. And they're shooting the documentary, Lemmy, I think it's called. They would just talk to people that were there. And he was going up to tables and talking to people and high-fiving and pictures. It was cool watching. He was really adoring, like, to the fans and stuff. It was cool.
Right on. So I have to bring this up because it's going to bug me if I don't, but I was telling these guys before you all came on, I feel bad about it, but for whatever reason, I'm sure drugs and alcohol over the years have had an effect, but I have no idea. I can't even picture a name or a face of who played drums with you guys that night or who played drums for the Stapletons. I have no idea.
Mick.
Right. Mick Stapleton.
Mick Stapleton? What was his name? What was his real name?
Daniel Horn.
Really?
Okay. Daniel Horn, yes, sir.
See, I know that name, and I just can't bring a face to it. I feel kind of bad about it. Now, was Benson playing with us for that night, boys, or was that Tim?
I think it was Benson.
Benson. Yep.
Yeah.
Was it Benson?
Hey, Jay,
So what did those guys drink? Some tequila thing, I would guess. Jay's just laughing. He's
I
like,
don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea, honestly. Mezcal or something. I don't know.
Red Bulls and vodka.
Zima.
You know, it might have
I
been
don't know.
like some kind of mixed drink.
I think
Maybe
it was
just beer.
I think it was absinthe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could get
That's-
absinthe there. That was one of my. That was a great New Year's Eve I had years and years ago. I actually spent a long time without drinking, and then I just threw it all away some holiday season, some years into it. And Benson, who I just joined Rockets to Mars months before, Benson gave me a whole bottle of real absinthe on that New Year's Eve, and I just proceeded to get absolutely wasted on it. So thank you, Benson.
Sounds about right.
The wormwood.
It's just crazy. It's like nothing else. It's like nothing else.
I think I do remember debating like the strategy going into that with you, and I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna pace. You know, and you're like, nope. I'm like,
Go.
come like 4 car bombs. I'm putting them under the rug, like right out of the.
Absolutely.
He
I
won't know
remember
what
that.
hit
He
him.
was lined up
You're
on the
like, I know I can
stage.
handle it. He won't know what hit him. You know, you just came out flailing.
He got me too. He got me. I went down for the count. I did not know where I was.
I have it on good authority that I was barely standing. So
I remember me and Shawn were like basically propped up against the wall at the end of the night, like heads back, like not incoherent. I think our girlfriends like, you know, basically carried us out the bar. Fortunately, I think Brad let us leave all our gear there, so we didn't have to worry about that shenanigans.
that's true. We did. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. And as I recall, Jay, either you or Mike actually got my gear for me, even though I lived a block and a half from the place. I did not, in fact, retrieve my own gear. So, whatever. Well, I think
that happened often, Scott.
Yeah, probably did. Probably did. Probably did. I think it's cool that you guys are still playing. I play with the church band, your Redbeard's Revenge church buddies there, Jason. So
Jason Wilcoxon.
Yes, paging. But it's like the only thing I do with any consistency at all. I mean, Steve Gerton sends me tracks for Sister every now and then, but I haven't gotten together and actually played live with anybody in a long time. Do you guys get together and play? Have you? In these odd
I haven't played
times?
in a while, but I haven't played in a while. I've been playing around the house here. I went for a long time without playing, probably a year. And then most recently,
without playing at all, like nothing.
No music, like no instruments or anything. And then I redid my workshop this summer, and I got all my guitars out and set everything back up. So I have an area where I can just go and jam and stuff. But I'm kind of in some text ramblings with some of those guys, and they're like, "Hey, let's do some stuff, you know, whatever." And I'm like, been listening to all kinds of different things lately. During COVID, I've listened to more music I ever have.
Yeah, me too.
So it's like kind of excited for everything to open back up, to get out maybe and start playing. I think I might be in a position where I can do it again with schedules and stuff. So we'll see.
That's what happens as life ends up getting in the fucking way.
Yeah.
Jason, didn't we borrow your 360 12 string? Do you still have that?
Yeah, I'm not sold one instrument that I played through the years. I still have all of them.
We put that on the last Rockets record that never came out.
What song?
My Vox AC30 still has a sticker on it from 9/11 I put on there, and I haven't taken that off. I mean, it's even the covers and stuff. Everything still smells like beer in all the places we played. I've never changed any of those things. I like leaving them as they are. But I actually had my guitar set up a few years back, which was crazy because I hadn't done that for years. All the stuff we'd played, and once I had Jamin Zeeler. Jamin is great. If you need anybody to work on a guitar, have him do it. He set up like 4 of them for me, and it was like, oh my god, this is so much easier. Like my intonation, everything was clearer. The height off my strings was reset. Yeah. It was like, why did I not do this? So it's kind of funny, but you know, when you're young, you're dumb.
Yeah, you get used to it the other way, though. I spent years and years and years with like the worst instruments in the world. It wasn't until Steve Gerton started chastising me for stuff like that I even paid any attention.
Yeah.
Intonation off.
We went down to Knoxville to record with Donnie Hott, and we showed up there, and we fired up everything. The first thing he did is said, stop, packed up the instruments, and made us take them down to get all set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember I had to replace all those bass tracks. Remember we had to go. Jay, you went and bought a new Fender bass because the what was it a Music Man? Because yeah. But the thing is the bass I had's tone was so bad on the DI, even with the DI and an amp together, that we literally went and bought a bass. I re-recorded all the tracks and then Jay returned it.
I remember asking the sales guy because we just walked in. It was like $1,100 or something. We had a credit.
It was pretty nice though.
And I'm like, so what's the return policy on this? He was like getting ready for his commission, you know.
Yep.
He was like, are you guys going to return it? I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Depends if we like it or not. I mean, our session's over on Sunday, so.
That's such a brilliant idea. Why haven't I never done that?
That's a great idea.
Because it's inherently an asshole move.
He had to record the whole record, all the bass tracks on the record in like a day and a half.
It was like, you mean like an hour and a half?
Yeah, an hour and a half.
I mean, seriously, I did just kind of sit there and run through them. We've been doing it for days at that point.
Did they return it as a used instrument?
No, new.
Oh, okay.
Within the 30 days.
They didn't. It was literally just a full refund. It wasn't it wasn't like Mike's Music where it's like, I know, I might pay $1,100 for it. I'll give you $5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's it's already been torn up.
That was a good move. Smooth move.
It worked out pretty well.
So Jay, Scott, and Benson all ended up playing in church bands. Do you think we would have believed that back in the at the drinking contest?
Right. No.
Absolutely.
Hey, in 15 years.
I like the church band. My wife started getting me to do it, and everyone's so nice. But the one drawback to being in a circumstance like that is you never know if it went well or not because nobody's going to tell you if it sucks. It's like, you were great, man. Thanks so much for being here. It's terrific. It's just like, yeah, sure. So, no. It's fun, though. I'm actually learning a lot about recording that I didn't know, like how bad I am at it. But for the most part, it's working out okay. Jay, what are you doing, man? You're not recording anything? You're just skating around, not playing music?
Yeah, skateboarding a lot. The Dad Skate Squad.
I gave my there you go.
Ooh,
It's a nice sticker.
And
I need one of those. I actually went out and spent a bunch of fucking money and got my daughter a really nice skateboard instead of
you skate. We do it every Wednesday night. It's a bunch of dudes that get together. You just have to be cool and skate.
I'm not doing it. I could break my legs on a day-to-day basis without helping it along. But my daughters get into it, and so anything that says skate on it, you should send me one of those stickers.
Well, that's how it kind of started. Was the two guys that founded it were skating with their daughter. They were just hanging out one night, and then their daughters grabbed boards and they're like, "Hey, let's just go skate around the neighborhood." And they both said, "Hey, this is like the first time like I've skated with another dude in like 20 years." And they're like, "Why don't?" And then they put something up on Instagram. "Hey, anybody want to come join us?" Started with like people. The next weekend it was like 18 people, and now every week there's like 30, 40 dudes that come out. And it's mostly longboarding. There's some real skaters in there, but it's mostly old dudes that just cruise around a little bit. Cincinnati Cruiser guy. I don't know if you know him. He's a local guy that makes longboards. Cincinnati Cruiser.
He's down at City Fleet.
Oh yes.
I've seen him down there a couple times. Yeah.
Well, you guys remember Mike? You remember Chris Brown, right?
Yeah. I saw you chat with him on here.
Yeah. Chris has a surf and longboard company down in Austin, Texas, where he makes these custom boards and stuff. I forget what it's called now, or I'd give him a plug. Shit, sorry, Chris. But I was gonna have him make me a board for my daughter, but timing of it just didn't work out. So I just went down to that Galaxy place in Newport and bought one of those Peralta pre-mades.
Yeah.
I was asking the guy if I should replace it with like the real nice independent trucks, and he goes, "I don't know, man. You see a lot of aerials and curb grinds in your future." I'm like, "Not really." Okay.
Who's in that group is Ryan Mallett from 500 Miles to Memphis. So
yeah,
and he used to be in your band, didn't he, Shawn and Jason and Sam?
He had a cup of coffee with us. He went on a tour. Yeah, tour or two, I think.
He had a couple good stories.
I bet.
Oh, well, you got to share one. You can't say that and not share a story.
I don't think it's appropriate.
There's no okay, you clearly haven't watched any of these.
I don't do Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, he was there for the van meltdown on the West Virginia Turnpike.
Tell that story.
Blew a gasket, talking white smoke out of the tailpipe about 100 feet in the air. So fortunately, Ryan was with us. He was driving his own car. So we had to drive into like Parkersburg and rent a U-Haul to get our gear back to Cincinnati.
Wow.
Left a sign on the van, you know, disabled, please call. And guy called me and was like, hey, what are you going to do with this van? I'm like, I don't know. You want to buy it? He's like, no, but I'll take it. I'm like, go ahead. And that was the end of that.
What are you doing that? Did you just like send him a title, or did you just leave it in the glove box knowing this is what was going to happen?
I was just like, hey, tow it away and do whatever you want with it. It's not my problem anymore. So that thing got some pretty good trips though. I think saw a lot of miles.
Was that the red van?
I think that was Big Blue. The Big Blue one,
Blue,
I think.
okay.
I think that was the one that blew the gasket down. We were lucky though, because the van started to kind of cough and sputter. So I pulled off at like a rest area. If you've ever been on the West Virginia Turnpike, there is nowhere to get off the highway.
Not many.
Basically like 2 rest stops that like have a gas station, and that's basically it for a couple 100 miles.
Yeah.
It's pretty desolate through the mountains. So we got lucky that we were stopped, or that I decided to stop and let the van cool off, and she never started back up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hear any mountain music, any banjo music out there when you're?
Fortunately not. No, it was we all crammed into the cab of a U-Haul van though. That was pretty fun for the 5+ hours to get back from where we're at.
Was it a good?
What? Shawn, did you ride with Ryan on the way back, and then everyone else crammed into the U-Haul? Is that right?
No, no, it wasn't me. I don't think that was me. That must have been. I think I was with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
When was that? No, wait. Just out of curiosity, because I couldn't remember this either. When did the Stapletons stop? I was thinking 05.
2006, I think, maybe.
That sounds right. Yeah.
05, 06.
6, I think.
When's the Stapletons reunion show? There was this whole rash of Cincinnati reunions last year,
I think
and it didn't happen.
We did.
I don't know. Apparently Bill Donabedian put out this like big thing against Mike DeWine and like put a lawsuit on him and everything about performers. So I think we're waiting for all that stuff to clear.
Once that clears, we're back. But I've done a couple reunions.
There'll be a comeback tour and a Scandinavian tour.
The subcontinent.
This is back from our whirlwind tour of Guam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There was never talk of a rock. I went through this weird phase where like everybody under the sun I ever played with was talking about playing again. Jay even called me once at that time and said, I've remastered the Knoxville set, and we should get together sometime. And then I didn't hear from you again.
Ryan was teaching me, and Shawn were trying to school me on how to get this thing on Spotify. So it might see the light of day at some point. You know.
Cool.
But we did a reunion on Fountain Square, remember?
11 years ago.
That was a reunion. Brian Risden was in town.
Scott, you remember that?
I don't remember it at all.
Fountain Square?
No. Yeah, no, we played. Was it reunion or was it the tail end of it all? I mean, I don't.
Like Throneberry played too, right?
I think
was it
so,
Throneberry?
Yeah.
I know the last time we played on Fountain Square, my son was there, so the timing of that would be about right.
It was Tiger Lilies or Throneberry. I can't remember.
It was a Popopolis. It was billed as a Popopolis night or something.
Yeah.
On Fountain
Yeah.
Square.
I think I saw you guys play. I think we went down there.
And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think we had a reunion on Fountain Square also, 2008, wasn't it? That we played.
Yeah,
down there
somewhere there.
Oh yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah.
I think that was our last.
I played so many gigs.
Right?
Yeah.
They all run together
After a minute.
It has been more than a decade, so.
That's the thing is we played on Fountain Square more than once though, right?
Probably. I don't remember that.
That's what I told people.
Me too. It's just like I remember back in the early 21st century, I played Fountain Square every 2 weeks with a different band.
Before there was even a fountain, you know.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Jamming on Me.
It was just the stables back then, you know.
Jamming on Main. I opened for Pat Benatar in front of the courthouse.
Yeah.
We shared a stage with Buck Cherry once, okay?
Is that true?
Big time. Big
Is
time.
that true? Man.
True.
Yeah, but I don't think
That's
we played.
fucking-
Did we play with him?
No, it was actually the
No,
Jam
that's the year the riots.
that got canceled.
Yeah. We were supposed to
That
open
was
for
it,
Buck
right.
Cherry, but it got canceled due to the riots.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's almost as much as I hate that fucking band. That's still devastating that you didn't actually get to
Yeah,
do.
we were supposed to open for Love and Rockets at Bogarts, and they got canceled. Dan McCabe.
No, Mr.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I never took the Zoom account limit off of this because I didn't think anybody in their right mind would want to listen to me bullshit with anybody for more than 45 minutes. So we're about to get cut off. I can't thank you guys enough for doing this.
Thank
Who
you.
wants who wants to do it again?
Sure.
I'll do it.
All right, Mike, we're gonna slate you for episode 18 or whatever it's gonna be.
Yeah, man, I got nothing going on. So.
How many you got?
I'll send you guys all the YouTube link. You can look at season 1. There's like 40 of them.
Awesome.
You guys have a great night. Thanks again.
All right,
nice
see
to
you.
see all of you. Take
Adios.
care.
Good.
Adios.
Thanks for having
Bye,
me,
guys.
Scott.
Thanks for coming.